All right. So from what you've been saying so far, I want to believe that your knowledge or your teaching of deep answer is as a result of your knowledge.
Yes, you
Say
could put
from
it that way.
say from the source, like you would say.
Yes, you could put it that way, but it's not for me to say. Let those who hear it say that,
Okay, because
oh,
okay, where I'm actually headed is this. Usually there should be a reason why we go seeking for knowledge,
mm-hmm,
right? So if
mm-hmm,
we're inquisitive about somebody who have questions about something and they will go seeking for the answers, then we must be in a very uncomfortable situation
mm-hmm,
or place for us to go seeking for that thing, right?
mm-hmm,
So the knowledge you have about, or the knowledge that deep answer is actually trying to pass across
mm-hmm,
to the audience.
mm.
How did you come about that knowledge?
Okay, so I am not the one passing the knowledge. Deep answer does not pass knowledge. What you are hearing from deep answer is part of education, so it's coming from the outside. However, this education and this information, if you listen and digest it, has the capability, the tendency to expand your mind and connect you with knowledge. So what I deliver is not knowledge. What I deliver, the best you can have from me is the experience of how I came to this understanding. And by understanding, I mean, once you have knowledge, what happens from there? Your inner, having calmed you down, like we mentioned in the previous episode, will now begin to teach you this is this, this is this. Why did I make you pass through that trouble? Why did I give you this sickness so that you be on bed and listen to this message? I mean, your inner talking to you now. Why have I imprisoned you for these 5 years? And then you now begin to develop understanding from that knowledge. And that understanding will now bring peace to you because the problem of the world, whatever problem we have, is just ignorance. It's just because we do not understand that situation enough, and therefore we are going round and round the problem. If we understand that situation enough by the lifting above the knowledge level at which that situation was bet in the first place, then it's no longer a problem. So once you understand a very bad situation well enough, that situation is no longer bad. It now becomes, oh, that is it. And because of that understanding, what was once a problem is no longer a problem. As a matter of fact, you could begin to see it as a blessing. You see the mind shift now, that even though you are in the same world, under the same situation, you have gained peace. And therefore, you are no longer seeing things the old way because of the understanding that results from the knowledge that results from the connection to the source, to source. So my part and the part of deep answer is to take your hand and lead you through this path to the point where you connect with your inner, and therefore your inner will teach you all things. Your knowledge comes from your inner, not from external. All right. So what I share with you and what I pass to you can, as best for you, be believe. But believe is not the same thing as truth. You need to experience it for it to become your truth. So the best you can get from what I teach is, oh, okay, makes sense. Oh, I believe that. I believe that it happened to me. I had that experience. All right. But when you now begin to experience it directly by yourself, the things that I say to you, the examples that I give, the testimonies that I share, you now begin to experience it. It becomes your truth. At that point, you are saying you lack confidence because you know, it's a different feeling entirely for you to feel from the inside that you are doing the right thing than for the whole world to clap for you and say you are doing the right thing. It's a different feeling. So once that inner is driving you and saying, go and do it. But the world will laugh at me. It doesn't make sense. Go and do it. And then it just keeps telling you, we're driven to ultimately begin this deep answer session. All right. It wasn't me just sitting down. It was something saying. Anyway, that's just an example. So this is why, even though the world would laugh at you and thumbs down for you and do whatever, but you just keep driving because there is a bigger force inside you that is pushing you than the force outside that is pulling you. All right.
Okay.
So that is the place of knowledge.